The Ethiopian Bible has 81 books full of verses that describe the coming Negus of Ethiopia, who he is, what he will be like, and the love he will have for each of us in collective bankruptcy, lack financial intelligence. There are also many biblical titles for the Negus of Ethiopia: Wolde, Son of Man, Wolde of Seyume Egziabher, Elect of God, Emmanuel, Ethiopian Messiah/Shiloh, Medhain Elam, Savior of the modern world of bankruptcy, Royal Prince, Duke Mesfin, of international peace, Alpha and Omega, the spiritual way, divine Ethiopian truth and debt-free diplomatic humanitarian life, living in full equality, and many more to explore in Ethiopian spectacles. Although the Negus of Ethiopia is the divine bread, redemption doctrine, of diplomatic humanitarian life which came to earth as a humble servant, human rights ambassador extraordinaire and plenipotentiary at large, he will be the Solomonic King over all money-making Jesuit kings with the will of the people in charge. John 18 verse 37 revised in Ethiopian spectacles. Modern-day Pilate, GG, therefore will say unto him, Art thou a Solomonic king, ecclesiastical private diplomat, then? The Negus of Ethiopia will answer, Thou sayest that I am a Solomonic king, chief ruler unto oneself. To this end was I born into the modern world of social democracy, political choices, and for this cause came I to challenge the geopolitical Jesuit status quo officially, with the will of the people in collective security, all for one Negus and one Negus for all, that I should bear diplomatic witness unto the divine Ethiopian truth in the fulfillment of biblical Hebrew prophecy. Everyone that is of the divine Ethiopian truth heareth my voice, without disrepute, in human rights solidarity. Here are 10 more verses of the Ethiopian scriptures that teach us Negus is a Solomonic king risen to inspire the fulfillment of biblical prophecy. 1. Revelation 19 verse 13 revised in Ethiopian spectacles. He will be clothed in a coronation robe dipped in blood, human rights works, and the indigenous Ethiopian title by which he will be called is the Word of Seyume Egziabher, Elect of God. On his coronation robe and on his thigh he has an indigenous title written, Solomonic King of Jesuit Kings, and Sovereign Abetu, Lord, of all law lords in global commerce. 2. John 18 verse 36 revised in Ethiopian spectacles. The Negus of Ethiopia will answer, My debt-free kingdom of Debre Zeit, Mount of Olives, is not a part of this modern world of bankruptcy. If my debt-free kingdom of Debre Zeit were of this modern world of social democracy, political choices, my human rights disciples, defenders, would have been fighting ceaselessly, that I might not be delivered over to the Jesuits, secret society of Greek Jesus, corporate jurisdiction without human rights remedy. But my debt-free kingdom of Debre Zeit is not from the modern world of economic exploitation and artificially created scarcity. 3. Isaiah 9:6 revised in Ethiopian spectacles. For unto us, people of African descent, a child of tremendous human rights faith is spiritually, intellectually, reborn, unto us an absolute divine anointed Wolde, Ethiopian son, is given in adoption through baptism, purification in human rights law, and the bankrupt government service corporations shall be upon his diplomatic shoulder for human rights guidance, and his indigenous title shall be called Wonderful Human Rights Counselor, Mighty Seyume Egziabher, Everlasting Abajanoi, Father Majesty, Royal Prince of International Peace, Haile Lul. Of the increase of his sovereign debt-free government and of international peace there will be no end, on the imperial throne of David, and over his sovereign debt-free kingdom of Debre Zeit, to establish it in private diplomacy and to uphold it with international justice and with human rights righteousness, legal and lawful uprightness, from this time forth and forevermore. The zeal of the sovereign Abetu of hosts will do this in the information age of the 21st century. 4. Ephesians 1 verses 18 to 23 revised in Ethiopian spectacles. 18 I pray that the eyes of your heart may be enlightened in order that you may know the hope to which he has called you today, the riches of his glorious inheritance in his holy people of African descent. 19 And his incomparably great power for us who believe, except without precedents, that sovereign ecclesiastical, religious and political, power is the same as the mighty strength 20 he exerted when he diplomatically raised Ethiopian Shiloh from the civilly dead and seat him at his diplomatic right hand in the heavenly realms, Empire of Ethiopia in exile. 21 Far above all Jesuit rule and de facto authority, political power and commercial dominion, and every baptized Ethiopian title, name of honor and recognition, that is invoked, not only in the present Piscean age, but also in the Aquarian one to come. 22. And Seyume Egziabher placed all diplomatic things under his feet, personal jurisdiction, and appointed him to be head over everything for the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church. 23. Which is his human body, the fullness of his imperial majesty, UN lawgiver of the 20th century, who fills everything in every way. 5. Daniel 7 verse 13, revised in Ethiopian Spectacles. I saw in the night visions, divine meditation, and behold, with the clouds, fallen people, of heaven, empire of Ethiopia, there came one like a Wolde, son of man. And he came to the Ancient of Days, and was presented before him as an Ethiopian sage. And to him was given universal dominion and glory, magnificence and law, and a sovereign debt-free kingdom of Debre Zeit, that all peoples of African descent, tribal nations, and indigenous languages should be served by him at the UN General Assembly. His universal dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away in bankruptcy, and his sovereign debt-free kingdom of Debre Zeit one that shall not be destroyed by Jesuit mercenaries, economic hitmen. 6. Acts 2 verse 30 revised in Ethiopian Spectacles, being therefore an Ethiopian Orthodox human rights prophet, and knowing that Seyume Egziabher had sworn with an oath to him that he would set one of his Ethiopian descendants on his Davidic throne, he foresaw and spoke about the diplomatic resurrection of the Christos, that he was not abandoned to Hades, commercial abyss, nor did his flesh seek corruption as a taxpayer under the geopolitical Jesuit system over humanity. This new Negus of Ethiopia, the Seyume